Album of the Week, episode 18. Hey guys, welcome to episode 18. If you look, I've got a nice new background. It's pretty nice. As I said it twice, it is very nice. There's the number 3. Here we go. Got John 16 in the back. I'm at The Word, which if you watch any of my vlogs, I'm here a lot. Whether I'm playing or doing laundry, which is what Lauren and I are doing right now. I'm gonna film a few other videos, so you'll see this at least twice more, hopefully, with some supplement reviews that I'm doing here as well, because it looks really nice here. Anyways, this week we're talking over Alison Balsom's Trumpet Concerto album. So that includes the Haydn, Hummel, Neruda, and also the Torelli Trumpet Concerto. Alison Balsom is a British trumpet soloist, one of the best in the world, in my opinion. Definitely one of the best female trumpet players. I do think she gets a bit of a boost just because she's female, but she is very, very good nonetheless. She deserves all of the recognition that she gets. I've done another video on Alison Balsom before. I believe the album was entitled Legend. I'll put it up there if you want to check that out after you finish watching this review. But in this album, it came out in 2008. It's put out by EMI Classics. I've linked an Amazon page, you know what I mean, an Amazon thingy to go purchase it if you want. There are a few other places. I think it's on Barnes & Noble as well. Her website leads you straight to the Amazon store. So I guess she wants you to buy it on Amazon. So that's where I'm going to send you as well. There's also a Spotify link if you're interested in being a freeloader. But this is album she did with Die Deutsche Kammerphilharmonie Bremen. I apologize, that was probably awful, but fantastic orchestra. I literally just listened to this, give it a listen through it, really, really fantastic. So it's one thing I'm interested in why she chose the order that she did. So she started with the Hummel, then went to the Haydn, then the Torelli, and ended it with the Neruda. Interesting, because if you go chronologically, it would go Torelli, Neruda, Haydn, Hummel. And that's probably how I would have done it if I were to plan this for either a recital or something like that. Or I would probably either start with Torelli or Haydn, just because Haydn is probably the most well-known. I'll be playing the Haydn in a few weeks on my senior trumpet recital. So that's the one I was really, really listening in for. But to start off with, just an overview of the album in the program notes, which is one reason why you should always buy CDs. But in the program notes, she does a lot of talking about how the trumpet has evolved over time. So especially at the Haydn, the transition was the kind of transition point for the keyed trumpet, which if you haven't seen it, it looks like a trumpet, but it has like saxophone keys on it almost. And then stuff like with the Torelli was originally written for the natural trumpet, which she also has a great album out for as well, which I'll actually be playing on my girlfriend's recital. I won't be playing the natural trumpet probably, but playing a piece, sound trumpet. Maybe I'll link that below as well, just because that's one of my favorites that Alison does. Anyways, in all of these, she takes her own artist's approach to them. It's definitely not always the standard to how people play. Just because I was listening more closely to the Haydn, I noticed especially in the first movement, more so than the other two, she was really doing a lot of different things than what I normally hear with the eighth notes. She was slurring a lot of them, making a lot of them tenuto rather than a bouncier feel that I get from maybe someone like Håkan Hardenberger. I liked it. It's not necessarily how I would want to play it, and it's not how I'm going to play it, but it's a really, really cool way, and I like her confidence in being willing to not change it completely, but do something that isn't super common with a piece that has been played thousands and thousands of times. So good for her. As far as the Hummel goes, I thought it was beautiful. I wasn't listening as closely, and honestly, I don't have a great recollection of how other people play it, so it was great. The Torelli is a great Baroque piece. She does that fantastically as well. And then we end off with the Neruda Trumpet Concerto. So really cool album. I highly recommend purchasing it so you can read the program notes. I loved where they recorded it. I think I read online they recorded it in a Lutheran church near Bremen, I think. So there was no conductor, if I'm remembering right. I've linked a few things below. There's 2 other reviews that I looked at that I thought gave good points about this album. And then there's also like a promotional video that came out in 2008-ish by Warner Brothers or something like that. It's a YouTube video linked below, and she kind of talks over her take on this album and the filming of it and all that stuff. So I recommend checking that out. Links below. I've done 2 other reviews that are kind of similar to this. I've done Wynton Marsalis's London concerts, which will be linked below, as well as an album of trumpet concertos with Håkan Hardenberger a few weeks ago. So definitely check those out as well if you're interested in getting some different comparisons, like kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, this is a great album. Track of the week this week, I'm going to combine into the piece because it is separated by movement, but I will be choosing the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. Kind of lame because that's normally what I pick. I love the Haydn. It's fantastic. Her tone quality is great with the E-flat trumpet. I've said it a few times that Alison doesn't have the tone quality that I'm necessarily going for, but man, she can play. Who am I to say any of that? She's great. I do notice that this album cover is a little scandalous for Alison. I wonder if that made her a few more copies. But the playing on this album is fantastic. Highly recommend you pick it up, or at least give it a listen on Spotify or Apple Music. I'm sure you can easily find it anywhere. So for next week's album, we're going to be looking at an album that recently came out in July of this year, 2019, I believe, by Hugh Morgan. It's The Art of the Modern Trumpet 1, I think. So that makes me think there's going to be a series of albums based on that as well, which I'm looking forward to his future releases. Hugh Morgan is someone who I just recently kind of discovered, and I'm looking forward to really digging into that album. It has Legend, which is the main reason I'm looking at it. So a lot of these last few albums have been either Haydn or based on the Haydn or Legend. I haven't really done any on the Artunian, I guess, but those 3 are the 3 solo pieces that I'm doing on my recital, and then I'll be doing, probably in a few weeks here, one with Septura. I'm doing a trumpet quartet arrangement as well, but those are kind of the future ones. But for next week, we're looking at Hugh Morgan's take. I don't have the album with me because I'm at the Word right now, but we'll be looking at his take on Legend and a number of other ones. If I can remember off the top of my head, we'll be listening to the Hindemith Trumpet Concerto as well. Honegger, Entrada, I think, is on there as well, and a few other ones. So I'm looking forward to that. As I said before, links are all below, whether it be to other YouTube videos of mine that I've mentioned, as well as some other more scholarly reviews than maybe what I've laid out for us today. And then I've also linked, all my playlists if you're interested in anything else that I've been working on. There's also Wikipedia links and a link to Alison Balsom's website, as well as a link to Die Deutsche Kammerphilharmonie Bremen's website as well, if you're interested in learning more about them. I don't know too much about them. Maybe, see, I just looked up their website and copied, pasted, didn't really look into it much. But if you are interested in that, I've linked everything below, Wikipedia links and all that stuff. I've also linked where you can purchase Hugh Morgan's new album. It is also on Spotify. I haven't linked that below this week. That will be linked next week's video, but if you do a quick search, you'll be able to easily find it, I think. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you like the video, please give it a big old thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss another video with me. Comment below if you have any future album suggestions that you'd like to see from me, and I will see you next week.